Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Concepts Daily Recovery Snack Recovery Reading. I'm Chris. Thanks for joining along. And Friday. Kind of excited about that. March 27th, and just like that, March is about gone. So hopefully you've had a productive March, a healthy March. Got some good things accomplished in March. And hopefully March was a good month for you. I got to babysit my granddaughter. I got to go run around a little bit and see a few things, take a little trip. I got to mow my grass for the first time this year, which, oddly as it may sound, I love. It's kind of like chopping wood. I don't know why, but I enjoy stuff. About anything outside, pretty much. But I like mowing the yard. And I like keeping it looking nice out there, and a little bit of therapy for me, I guess. Anyway, let's dive on in here. 27th of March, we have a quote from Joseph Conrad. You shall judge a man by his foes as well as by his friends. Hopefully, now that we're in recovery, we like people who are honest and kind. We like people who stand for values and principles we respect. We are learning to admire and like people who do a good job of living in a way that makes the world a little better for others. Not everyone is the kind of person we want as a friend. There are people who are misguided. Some are even evil. They care more about objects, money, and power than they care for people. Sometimes they do a great deal of harm to others. It is true that others judge us by who we choose as friends and who we take a stand against. We can learn about ourselves this way too. We can help ourselves grow into better people by choosing friends who are the kind of people we want to be. Prayer for the day. Higher power, help me be on the right side of things. Line me up with good people and help me be alert to people who bring trouble. Today's action. I will list the person or persons who seems to be my foe right now and talk with my sponsor about how to handle my feelings and behavior around this person. I was so suspect of everybody when I showed up in recovery that it took me a little while. I'd wiggle and giggle and grin and all that stuff and everything. It's very relatable to me, today's reading, because I impressed me and my core values and problems at that time of who I was upon everybody else. What I mean by that, I've spoke on it before, is that I looked at everybody as they were suspect. And that is because I was suspect. I would impress my habits and the possibilities of what I would or would not do. I gave everybody a default start of who I was, which was unfair to others because everybody wasn't sick like me, and they definitely wasn't doing the corrupt stuff that I was doing. But that is the way that I viewed things. I had a real messed up way of looking at life and looking at people in general, and it was due to active addiction long term. I forgive myself for that. I live in grace today, and I understand much better about all those habits and behaviors that I had, and I lean against that and try to intentionally, work on such things in my life today, is to move away from that person and closer to who I'm trying to be. Another thing it mentions is, be mindful of, we want friends that we would like to be around, that we would like to emulate a little bit. I talk about it in my groups about most things that we're around in the world are not that dissimilar from a contagion. I use the recent pandemic, as a way to look at it. I would suggest to people, to individuals I'm around on pretty much daily basis, that be mindful of what you put yourself around, because it's not that dissimilar from a common cold. You will catch it. If I go line myself up with 4 or 5 people who are bitching and moaning and whining, I will promptly be bitching, moaning, and whining. If I go line myself up with 4 or 5 people that are talking about gratitude and how things are getting better and how they're seeing the blessings in their life, how they feel better, how they're content just sitting, and it's not a problem to be still. I will start catching some of the peace and serenity that they have. Be very, very mindful. You are a valuable product, if you will. You are a valuable piece of existence. But I think we are susceptible to a degree of what is commonly around us. And if we're not incarcerated, we have the ability to shuffle our little feet and put us wherever we decide to find us. So be very mindful of who you plop down beside, because you will probably start acting like them, as for being in association with them. The book there also talks about some people are just not healthy, some are even evil. Everybody, I found out during my journey that everybody wasn't on my side. There were people out there that liked to party with me. There were people out there that did not mind that I was in active addiction. There are people out there that had ill intent toward me, and a lot of them wore masks, you know, and a bunch of them, maybe they didn't even know it. I was completely dysfunctional. Who's to say others were not? It wasn't probable that some of them weren't as well and unaware as I was. I knew I was in trouble, but I did not understand why. So I don't put any judgment on anybody that was ever around me. And facts of the matter are that if you did not like me, or you were suspect of me or whatever, you probably have a damn good reason. I had probably done something to promote that, because I had a lot, just many character flaws, and I couldn't make it stop. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Thank y'all for joining me today. Come on back. We'll start the weekend out Saturday. Please like, share, subscribe, especially tell a friend or something or other. If you're enjoying this a little bit or see any value, you know, somebody else in recovery, please share it along to them, tell them about it, whatever. Either or, though, I'm glad you're here. Y'all have a blessed day. Take good care of yourselves. Safe Friday. Come on back tomorrow. We'll do it again, Lord willing. Thank you. Bye-bye.